As we get ready for 2024, many of you might be contemplating what you want your New Year's resolution to be and how potentially you want to develop and improve your writing practice in the new year. So today I want to give you 5 very practical and achievable writing goals that you can confidently set for yourself for 2024, specifically centered around how to strengthen your skills as a writer and storyteller. Now, a quick spoiler alert, the goals are not going to be things like finish your book or get a book deal or get your book published, because I know that everyone is on a different pace for these huge achievements, and I don't want you to set a goal for 2024 only to feel disappointed and upset if you're unable to meet that big goal of yours. While I do hope that you achieve those things in 2024 if they are on your list of things that you want, today I'm going to focus on things I guarantee you can accomplish in 2024 to help improve your writing practice. Because I know there's nothing worse than setting a goal or New Year's resolution that you ultimately can't keep. If you're a writer, especially if you're working on a book and you're new to my channel, welcome. Every week, I either give practical writing tips like today, or I talk about the publishing industry as my professional background is in Big 5 publishing. If any of that interests you, please consider subscribing and joining this amazing supportive community that we've built. One piece of housekeeping before we dive in, if you could just hit that thumbs up button, it's a tiny thing that does a lot to help out my channel and I really appreciate it. Your first possible writing goal for 2024 could be to read a new release in your genre. I speak with so many authors who are interested in publishing their books, but can't name a book that they've read in their genre that has been published in the past 5 years. But I strongly believe that it's very helpful for you to read widely in your genre and not just classic canonical works by authors that maybe inspired you decades ago, but by debut authors who are publishing now. Read books by authors that you're not familiar with yet. Because after all, this is the publishing landscape that you're entering, not the publishing of yesteryear or publishing from decades before when all of your favorite books might have been published. It's important for you as an author entering this landscape to understand what is resonating with contemporary readers and get to know what your cohort of other authors publishing in this space to this audience is like. In general, reading is one of the best ways to improve your own storytelling abilities, because seeing what techniques and tactics other authors are using only helps you have a larger arsenal of tools and tactics you can use in your own stories. This isn't about copying at all, but simply learning how others are doing the craft and how you can take those learnings and spin them in a fresh way in your own work. Your next writing goal for 2024 is to change up your writing routine. The new year presents the perfect opportunity for you to try a totally different approach to your writing practice and see how it potentially works for you. Especially if your previous writing routine was falling flat and you weren't as productive as you wanted to be, this is a great chance for you to revamp it and see what happens. For example, if you typically write for an hour in the early morning, maybe try writing at night instead and see what happens, or vice versa. Or you could change up where you write. If you typically write at your home office or at a desk in your home, maybe change it up and write at a coffee shop or a co-working space. Or you could change up the structure of your writing routine. Maybe you typically sit down for an hour to write, but instead you break that up into 2 30-minute sessions. Changing up your routine, not just in writing, but in life in general, can work wonders for your creativity and unlock something in your mind that re-energizes you and gives you inspiration. Plus, you might find that you like this new writing routine way better than your old one. On the flip side, if it doesn't work for you, there's no harm in just going back to what your old writing routine was. Now, there are only so many tips and insights I can give in the format of videos on my channel, so I've been building out my newsletter as another hub for writing and publishing tips and insights. So if you haven't checked out Chapter Break, I encourage you to do so. I'm giving out exclusive interviews with publishing industry professionals and successfully published authors, as well as providing deep dive content from my background as a developmental book editor. As a freebie for signing up to my newsletter, you will get my story self-assessment worksheet, which is a resource designed to help you figure out what's working well in your current draft, as well as what you could improve on the next one. The links to download my free story self-assessment and check out my newsletter archive are in the description below. Your next writing goal for 2024 is to exchange feedback. Reading another writer's work critically and compiling constructive feedback for them can really help you develop your editorial sensibilities and even help you illuminate strategies to use in your own work in progress. In providing someone else feedback, you have to put on your editor cap and figure out why something isn't working for you and offer suggestions on how they might improve it. So I recommend either offering to read someone's work in progress or doing an exchange where you both critique each other's work. This could be someone from an in-person writing group or someone from an online writing community. I found that many writers are looking for beta readers. Many of you who are watching this video are looking for beta readers, so if you are, feel free to connect with each other. Now, it's very important that you're not critical about someone's work just for the sake of being critical or just because you set the goal of giving someone critique. You need to be helpful, honest, and thoughtful in your approach. And make sure that you are only giving feedback to someone who is explicitly asking for it. Ideally, you will set up an exchange in which you are also receiving feedback, which is so critical to developing your work. I just didn't want to set receiving feedback as a specific goal you need to set for 2024 because you might not be at the stage yet where you're ready to receive feedback, and that's totally fine. But if you are at the stage of being ready to receive feedback on your work in progress, absolutely go for it. It is such a critical part of the writing process, no matter how many books you write, and it is essential to developing your own particular craft and understanding areas for your own improvement. Your next writing goal for 2024 is to devour craft resources. If you want to be a stronger writer in 2024, I recommend putting together some continuing education for yourself regarding your craft. You know how some jobs require that you take continuing education courses? Apply this to your own writing practice. If you have the inclination to join a writing course or workshop or apply for a retreat or a residency, absolutely go for it. But if you don't have the means or the desire to invest in those types of settings, you can still work to develop your craft simply by consuming free resources, of which there are so many online, including, of course, my archive of YouTube content. I have another video that goes into my genuine recommended reads for authors who want to strengthen their own abilities, so I'll link that in the description below. It's a great place to start, and simply reading one of those books could be a great resolution for you in the new year. The final writing goal I want you to set for yourself in 2024 is to tell someone you're a writer, if you haven't already. Many authors who are newer in their career really struggle to voice that they are a writer to their friends, family, loved ones, and strangers. So if you haven't actually presented yourself as a writer externally, make this the year that you do. Because I really believe that this declaration is going to boost your confidence in your abilities and capacity as a storyteller. And it's going to help you and those around you take your craft more seriously, which you and they absolutely should. Remember that if you write, you are a writer. It doesn't matter if you earn zero income from your writing, or if you write full-time to much success. It doesn't matter if you write just occasionally, or if you write every single day. It doesn't matter if you're published or not. You're still a writer. I hope this video gave you some inspiration and ideas for writing goals you can set and achieve in 2024. So let me know in the comments which of these goals you're going to set for yourself in the new year, or are you going to be an overachiever and do them all? If you're looking for some more motivation to kick off the new year on a great note, check out my video with writing motivation tips. Before you head out, don't forget to check out my newsletter and grab your free story self-assessment worksheet via the links in the description below. Hit that thumbs up button if you like this video, it really helps out my channel, and subscribe to join our amazing community. Thanks so much for watching and happy writing.